Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new game called Doki Doki Literature Club. Let's get started into the game. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention that she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friends you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just die and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ah! Ah! I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that you were thinking about annoying me. That's mean, Oriora. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it into you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets became increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Aurora. Give me a moment, guys. Have you decided on joining a club to join yet? A club? Oh. I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join the club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on gaming and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize and have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy too now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to erase her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Club. Sayori wanted me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I caught you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you should come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Mimi. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make a promise you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Let's go. And thus today, the day I sold my soul for a demon for a cupcake. I directly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ora, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. ... All word escaped me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! Yeah, and you're a simp. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appeared comparatively more mature and timid, seemed to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Aurora. Monica smiled sweetly. We do know each other well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so generally feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Aura. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, while Natsuki grabs the wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabbed one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talked with her mouth full and had already managed to get icing on her face. I turned the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her seeking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returned to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully placed the tea set in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of coffee help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hee, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looked away. I meant that, you know... I believed you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiled to herself in relief. Monica raised an eyebrow, then smiled at me. So, what makes you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Yeah, Sayori, why did you have to bring me here? It's full of beautiful girls. I'm not a simp, and I'm an introvert. Why did you bring me here? Well, I haven't joined any club, and yet Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. What makes you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major club. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicly and how to prepare for events. I much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it occurs others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not much people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab their attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone essentially agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same girl. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with the level of enthusiasm about literature. So, what kind of thing do you like to read? Well, considering how little I read this past year, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after Yayoi said smile. Anyways, what about you, Yayoi? Well, let's see. Yuri traced the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorite are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a forging way is equally impressive. Yuri goes on to clearly patronize her scenes, her reading. She seems so relieved by the timid sense the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read horror books once. I deliberately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. And this way, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't expect that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you can say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. The real hero is horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why that? Well, Natsuki eyes dart over me for a second. Never mind. That's right, you usually write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And Get That Back! Fine. Your cupcake, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori settled up behind Natsuki and put her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you chill them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Showing that level of writing takes more than confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reach of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yayoi? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. ... Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. ... Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, or? Monica smiled warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What is that? Now we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly came forth with what I've been on mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Yayoi may have convinced me to stop by because she thought I was a simp. But I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I used my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought or you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poem is the price I pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Damn! Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up. Yes, I'm so happy! Yayoi wrapped her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for a cupcake, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looked over at me once more. Or, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehe. Yeah. I can really impress the crash star Monica with my mediocre writing skills. I wouldn't say mediocre because Ariel, I am kind of good at writing, so yeah. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yayoi and I never walk home together anymore because she always stays after school for club. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart to the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wandered back and forth between the four girls. Yayoi, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. SIMP. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever you liked your poem at the most. What do you mean by that? Grief? Fireflies. Shiny. Fantasy. Melody. Skirt. Vocation. Calm. Sweet. Prickle. Bunny. Dazzle. Ribbon. Happiness. Forgive. Kiss. Doki Doki. Shame. Childhood. Marriage. So it looks like Sayori is the one that got the most. Hi again, Aura. It's good to see you. You didn't run away from us, haha. Nah, don't worry. Might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping the promise, Aura. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a compliment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not attuned to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't want to join any club this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here just to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then I won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Fiercely defeated, Natsuki popped back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Or always give his best as long as he's having fun. He helped me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy and distracting. Yeah, Sayori, can you clean your room? And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be just a little jealous. How come? You and Aura can be good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seemed oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yayori, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It will make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I wouldn't make a big deal if you don't want to be... Alright. Well, here. Yuri reached to her bag and pulled out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, but you should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. As we could, discuss it if you want to. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, can you read it at your own pace? I will look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica having a cherry conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rambling around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related to myself like this? I guess I could always read some books of the books Yayoi gave me. But I'm feeling a little bit tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our only chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature sounds so dense and extra-intellectual. It's not like that at all, We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with something more fun than ever, nobody will come in the first place, even if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come, we can't do the same to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this very seriously? It's weird to hear her delivering like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki made the best cupcakes. That worked out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. ... Cupcake it is then. I'm hungry. Anyways, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But those lines affect the reason I admire her. Unlike me, who is trouble finding the motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind into things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh! I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fell out of my chair. Hehe, sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club. Does our school even have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're gonna have less time for anime, You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I glance over my shoulder and see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you, quite literally. Sayori glanced around herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertip down the side of Sayori's hair trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just very hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look at your bow, it isn't straight either. Would be more like this, huh? And there is a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I don't see the toothpaste stain though. I tried to write off the stain with my fingers, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer button up. Seriously, Sayori? Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I started to button her blazer from the bottom. Wait, what? Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Hey! Hey! This is so funny. What is it? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Hey, don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I brought it. Die. If you ever button it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boob got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyways, you look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori button up like that? But it's still stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Said hastily unbuttoned her blazer one more. Phew. That's so much better. Sayori put her arms out and tore around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that it's a good thing? Because if I have a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Oh, anyways, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. Hehe. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we really are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, but I was just joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poem that we wrote now? Yay! Or, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but seriously, so brought her away to receive her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My reaction ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica suitably pulled out their poem. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in the competition notebook. I can already see Monica pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri rustically compile the well, reaching into their bag. I do the same myself. Okay guys, this will be it for this episode. I will be doing the next episode probably Sunday. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.